Hi there, Carl Baker here from Infinity Commercial Capital. We like to do videos periodically to either educate our audience or to address and elaborate on questions that we see every day. Today I want to talk to you about a recent statistic that I heard, which is, I've heard it before and I just think it's interesting to talk about. It's another leading indicator here in the end of 2023 concerning credit available. The statistic that I read said that for business funding, which we don't talk a lot about business funding, but we are, Infinity Commercial Capital, we are available to do business funding. We like business funding, we like helping businesses. It's not just about real estate. That's primarily what we do, but we do business funding. We have those resources and can help clients and would love to be able to do that. But the statistic that I read recently, I think it was in the Wall Street Journal, and again, it has to do with tightening business credit, is that the acceptance rate by large banks, banks defined in this situation as banks that have more than $10 billion in assets or greater in this category, for those banks, the acceptance rate for business funding applications decreased from 13.1% to 13.0% from September to October. Now, what does that mean? That means that the denial rate increased from 86.9 to 87%. Both are approximately 87%, or obviously. Think about that. In all cases, in the past several months, 87% of all business applications at the larger banks are being denied. Why is that? Well, in many cases, it's because the borrower is just really not positioned, not ready to obtain business funding. Their assets on their balance sheet aren't sufficient, or their history isn't sufficient. There may be many reasons why. We see it all the time, that they just don't qualify even in a good situation. But now we have tightening credit situations, tightening credit appetite by the larger banks, and somebody that could have gotten financing a year or 2 years ago are just not going to be able to qualify now. If that is the case, just understand that there are non-bank lenders that will look at your situation and will be able to possibly provide funding on an asset basis case. For example, we just helped a startup business enterprise that would not have qualified for funding at a bank. We helped them get some startup funding for their business using a factoring situation. It's a very legit and very credible way to accelerate cash flows, and we were happy to do that. So stay in tune and stay in touch, and we'd be happy to help you if you have questions or comments about your business funding needs. Thanks a lot.